Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sumit from Threat Rescue Technologies. I welcome you all for this particular webinar. I hope my voice is coming to you loud and clear.
Yes.
Okay. So we will wait for a couple of minutes so that other people can also join our webinar. And in this webinar, I want to introduce you to Mr. Poojan Sen, who is from Seceon, which is a SIEM and XDR product company. Hi, Poojan. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jain. Good morning to everybody who have joined from their busy schedule in Friday, and welcome you for this session. And thank you, ResQ, Mr. Jain, for giving me opportunity to present about cybersecurity trends as well as some details about our organization solution also. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Poojan. So we will be starting in a couple of minutes. Let the other people also join this particular webinar. So we are expecting more people to this webinar. And from the bottom of my heart, I welcome you all who is joining our webinar series for last 30, 40 days. We have done so many webinars in the past with different topics. We have covered topics like VAPT. We have covered topics like web application firewall, SOC as a service, email services and security, and API security for applications. Now, this webinar, we have dedicatedly uh, given focus on the SIEM-based solution or XDR-based solutions. So that's why we have invited one of the pioneer in this particular technology, which is AI-based SIEM company named as Seceon. Mr. Poojan is with us, who is techno-commercial guy, and you can ask any technical queries after the presentation. And we will having 15-20 minutes round of question answer so that you can ask your questions. I will make you unmute and you can ask your question or you can write down the question in the chat box. So this will be the whole agenda for next 45 minutes. And in this 45 minutes, we will be covering the topics related to SIEM and XDR. And this is the very brief topics which we'll be covering in this particular segment. And if you need a one-to-one session, you can also let us know, or you can drop us a mail through the calendar which we have sent you, and we can give you uh, the detailed discussion schedule, and we can have more details about the same product. So I think, Poojan, we can start now, and please go on.
Okay, thank you for giving me a chance to present ourselves about cybersecurity trends. I would request to make it in a presentation mode for better viewing, if
Yeah, it's
possible.
already in presentation mode. Yes.
Okay. So first of all, just to give highlight, today's agenda is next gen SIEM, how AI is transforming threat detection and mitigation by Threat ResQ, backed by Seceon. So moving to the next slide, second slide, please. So we are seeing the cybersecurity, so many attacks are happening every day all over the world, right? And recent statistics says that in the 2027, it goes to like 23.82 trillion US dollars. So you can obviously understand that we need to take proper action so that so much expenditure on the cyber security, cyber crimes doesn't happen, right? We'll be moving to the next slide for more understanding.
Yeah, on the next slide.
The next slide hasn't come yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So as we are sitting in mostly, I believe that mostly you are from Delhi NCR region or mostly from India side. So we are seeing like 2023 reports says so that Asia Pacific have like 31% of the cybersecurity attack happening. Okay. So you should be careful. You should take care of your network, and that is why the SIEM type of solutions have evolved. Okay, I'll be giving a small example. I have been associated for the cybersecurity field for last around 15 years. Okay, so previously 3-4 years back, we used to hear about legacy solution. I'm not naming them, but you can understand the legacy solutions, and they were very expensive. Till now they are also expensive. But recently there are a lot of new players that have entered. Okay, just like us, though we are not new anymore, we are covering 10 years in this industry right now. Okay, we are moving to the next slide. So we are
Uh,
saying that.
Pujan,
Mhm.
please stop for some moment. Like some of the people are not able to see the slide. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
going into the not presentable mode. So I'm just sharing again. Let me know if you are able to see the screen. Are you able to see now?
I can view, others please confirm. Again, it has gone back to the normal mode. Please make it
Yeah,
presentation.
yeah. I think I we should move with this particular mode because most of the people are
Okay.
not seeing the presentable
No,
mode.
no problem, no problem.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Please go ahead.
we will be moving to the next slide.
Sure.
So we have like 10 years, means we have the knowledge of 10 years, and we are taking feedbacks from our different customers to make it more strong, more reliable. Okay, our solution, that is Seceon. We have two flagship solutions, aiSIEM and AIXDR, and we have two support centers, basically US and India. Okay, uh, and we will be moving to the next slide. By the way, a small, I want to just you to raise hand. Anybody aware of Seceon? Or because we don't do much of the marketing, we expect uh, at least few people should know that. Mr. Sumit, any idea? Anybody raised hand?
No, nobody has done that yet.
Okay. Okay.
So what we do,
Anyway, so
meanwhile, we will raise up one poll for the attendees, so it will give us the fair idea how
right.
our presentation and contents are moving on. So Abhishek, if you can go on with the number one poll. The poll says, how does your organization currently handle cybersecurity threats? Right. So the options are traditional SIM solutions, AI ML powered security platforms, a combination of multiple security tools, and fourth options are we are still exploring better options. So these are the four options which we have in the first poll. So we will wait for 5 more seconds so that we can get the poll answers from the audience. We have people from different industries, so we will be getting responses in this particular poll. Yeah, please, Poojan, move on, please, on this slide.
Okay. So you may not be aware of Seceon. We have been growing tremendously in the market for last 3 to 4 years, I would say. We have grown to like 8,000 plus customers worldwide. Okay, and you can say any sectors. Okay, be it SMB. That the thing I
Yeah.
was sharing with you, that at times 4 5 years back, only legacy solutions being used only in selected organization, okay, who could afford those type of legacy solutions. But now even SMB segment to bigger enterprise or government sectors are getting to deploy this type of AI enabled SIEM solutions. Just to give you an idea, that you are using airports like Delhi Airport, Goa Airport, right? So those are run by GMR, okay, GMR Group. So those are run on Seceon platform. So it's a big achievement for us also. We have been working with closely with number of government sectors also, just like Ministry of Home Affairs. We have deployment, Power Grid, we have deployments. We have been into smart cities also, like Lucknow Smart City is our customer. So lot of government sectors, even cooperative banks, okay, cooperative banks, probably we have like 200 plus cooperative banks with us, okay, using our platform. Why is it? First of all, obviously, to have the security threats, all those proactive actions against those security threats, that is first point. There is a compliance also, that you need to have those logs stored, right, for at least 6 months. So that is another reason I would say to use this type of SIEM tool. And we are seeing that all the SMB, mid-segment, enterprise, government, all are now deploying SIEM tool or thinking to deploy the SIEM tool, because only firewall or only endpoint will not be able to give you those protections, because those are rule based basically. So you need to have an intelligent solution behind to protect from the sophisticated type of attacks that is happening right now, okay, or going forward it will get more sophisticated, right? So moving to the next slide. So what we are doing, so you have the security hygiene, firewall, antivirus, IAM, all those in picture, right, in the left hand side. So those are everybody, more or less all the organization do have, okay. So what we are doing, we are connecting each and every solution, okay, with our platform, okay. So in the hexagonal box, you can see we have like SIEM. So if it is not visible enough, so I'm just repeating. So like SIEM, SOAR, UEBA, AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, threat intelligence are in a single platform. Okay, in our case, right from day one. That is also one of the reason Seceon is being preferred by all the customers, I would say, because from day one they are getting all the licenses together. Only thing, if you looking for a EDR solution, if you don't have a EDR solution and you are thinking of taking Seceon EDR, that will be on extra commercials, okay. And we have our own VA tool also, okay. So if you want to use our VA tool, that is again extra commercials. So as I said, so SIEM, SOAR, UEBA, NBAD, AI, ML, threat intelligence, everything comes from day one, okay. And every organization have different type of environment, different type of baselines, right? So the solution will work according to your environment, not as a fixed way. So depending upon the environment, network, size of the network, upload download speeds, type of servers, all those details, it will work accordingly, okay, according to your environment. And obviously there are options of fine tuning, but the as the topic says, so that it is fully AI and ML driven, okay. So all those baselines are created automatically, unless you want to change some new policies, you want to add some new policies, that also we are encouraging those. But major task is that as it is AI and ML driven, so there are less errors, okay. So we have the solution is designed in such a fashion, okay. We are moving to the next slide.
Right. So before going on next slide, we have another poll questions for the audience to
Right.
understand the engagement with us, like how they are utilizing the particular content which we have. So we have a second poll. Abhishek, if you can launch the second poll, which is which cybersecurity solution is most critical? No, this is not. What is your biggest challenge in managing the cybersecurity? So that's our poll. The second poll which we have, it's alert fatigue from multiple tools. Like they are using multiple tools in their environment, so they will be getting so many alerts. And second option is high operational complexity, lack of skilled security personnel, budget constraint for the cyber security. So these are the four options which we have for this particular poll. I will request everyone to participate in this poll to understand, or it can also raise some queries for the question answer round, which you can ask us. So moving on, next slide. Over to you, Poojan.
Thank you. So it's a means the poll gives us lot of insight, right? So Mr. Sumit have taken a I would say a lot of thinking to do this type of polls also. just to give small insight that AIML, again going back to AIML, so lot of fatigue obviously happens, right? So lot of fatigue happens because you in the legacy solutions you will find lot of alerts. With AI and ML now have come into the picture, so all the AI and ML will give the insight, and the false alert will be very less. Okay, and as it is AI and ML driven, only few alerts you will need to take care actually. Okay, because all those are system driven. Okay, so again going back to the challenges. Okay, so operational complexity, visibility, threat accuracy, automation, pricing, all type of issues are faced by IT managers, CIOs, CISOs, and all of you basically, right? For the legacy solutions, that's why we are telling that AI and ML, there is no alternative to it. Okay, moving to the next slide. Next slide hasn't moved yet. Okay. So again, just telling you about a brief what we are providing. We are providing threat intelligence. That is, we are having threat bank, 70 plus source threat feeds we do take. We check the logs and flows which we have ingested, whether it is a threat or not. Okay. We have the basic SIEM that is obviously in place. We have the IDS also. Okay. We are using basically firewall IDS. We have the network behavioral anomaly detection, as I told you that abnormality behavioral pattern we are checking. Okay, whether that is an alert or not. We are not waiting for TI threat feeds, just like other firewalls do take threat feeds or antivirus do take feeds. We are not dependent on the threat feeds. We have the abnormality in the in the network, then we raise an alert. Okay, we have the network traffic analytics also. Okay, we are ingesting the flows. Okay, right? We have the UEBA, user behavior analysis. So all your AD, your O365, your G Suite, all that will be integrated. That will give you lot of details like who is sending more mails, is there any abnormality, if they are sending a bulk mailers, all those means checks can be done, right, in the solution itself. Okay, and everything is again backed by AI and ML that gives those baselines, and those baselines obviously will change in due course of time. Okay, just to give you a small example, I generally work in the daytime. Okay, if I started working in the night time, right, so alert can be generated. Okay, so the administrator means will get the knowledge that he has started to work in the night time, right? It can give you an alert, as I said. So but he can move it in a trusted factor. Trusted factor means that yeah, this person have been moved to the night shift, right? So this type of things can be done in our solution. And as I told you, AI and ML, because of the pattern change, AI and ML have given that it is an alert. Okay, somebody have started working in the night time, right? So this is a small example of how AI and ML gives us insights, right? We are moving to the ninth slide.
Right. So before going on the ninth slide, so we have another poll question. Which cybersecurity solution is most critical for your business? We have four options for this particular poll, and I request everyone to participate in this particular poll, which is related to a couple of slides which we have done. It is endpoint detection and response, threat intelligence and AI-based security, continuous monitoring and real-time threat prevention, and cloud security and compliance. So I will request everyone to give their views on the poll so that we can understand about your engagement with us. You are consuming the content which is very exclusive from Seceon team. So we are moving on ninth slide.
Taking clue from the other slides which we have already showed. So AI SIEM is basically all your SIEM, SOAR, UEBA, NBAD, AI, ML, threat intelligence, everything under a single platform. Whenever we are putting EDR, okay, EDR in your laptop, desktop or server, the concept will be XDR, extended detection response. Okay. And what is the term called MSSP? You are probably hearing a lot of MSSP buzzword. MSSP is nothing but managed security service provider. So for example, Adversant has been working in this field for a long time. They have customers with them. So if they are managing multiple tenants, so that is called AIMSSP. Okay. So already Adversant is into that league of providing security services, monitoring, managing the customers. So they are like MSSP. Okay. Manage security service provider. Okay. So again, going back to our solution, it's a machine learning and AI platform that we have given example, and it is on big fast data architecture. This threat detection and remediation. Remediation is pertaining to SOAR, security orchestration and auto remediation. What we do basically, we integrate your firewalls, your AD, your NAC, and if you are using our EDR, or to some extent, we are also supporting Sentinel-1 and CrowdStrike. You can do some remediation for Sentinel-1 and CrowdStrike. But if we are using our EDR, you can remediate directly from the platform. So through firewalls, you can push policies. Through AD, you can cut off the process. So you are adding, obviously you need to give those administration rights, right, to the platform, then only it can do. And the good part is that you can do manual remediation, and again going back to, it can be AI driven remediation also. So if it sees there is a malware infected host, and it is in particular, for example, you have configured in the night time, if it sees a malware host, it will automatically remediate without asking you, provided you give authorization to it. Okay. So the level have gone to that side, that the solution will take decision automatically depending those parameters, okay, what you have set. Okay. Because many of the SMB segment doesn't have IT managers or IT people manning in the night time, and anything can happen, right? By the way, you can also add your emails also to our platform, so that you can get ready notification that what is happening regarding alerts or remediation, if that is been configured. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Oh, okay. We will be taking questions in the last, right?
Right, right.
Okay.
So as this particular slide mentioning, like there are so many solution which companies use in their environment, combination of SIEM, SOAR, user environment, like user behavior analysis, and IDS, IPS, MIL, AIML solution, vulnerability assessment solution, and EDR solution. So we have a poll questions for this particular slide out of it. So we want to, like, how do you assess your organization's cybersecurity posture? So these all solutions help you to organize your cybersecurity posture very well. But do you assess your cybersecurity posture every quarterly, yearly, or any other periodic timelines? So this poll question give you the options of like regularly security audits and compliance tracking, automated threat detection and response, relying on traditional firewall and antivirus. And fourth option is we need a better cybersecurity strategy, for which you need a better partner, better OEM to give you those kind of solutions and services to get the right cybersecurity posture. I hope you have given your views on our poll. So we will wait for 5 more seconds so that you can organize your answers on poll. Then we will move on 10th slide. Yeah, Poojan, please.
If you can kindly move to the last slide, ninth, because there are a couple of, means last slide, last slide.
Okay.
So what we do for the XDR agents, we put agents, okay, in your laptop, desktop or servers, okay. Otherwise, it is basically agentless, okay. And the compliance part, that is very important. As I said, this is one of the part as suggested by Government of India, to keep your logs for 6 months, as well as if there are any incident, you need to report that within 6 hours, okay. So as you know that we are doing real time, so that is, your point is achieved. The second part is that you have to keep the logs of each and everything like firewall, switches, servers, all those things. So that also we are doing that, other than obviously proactive threat detection and remediation. Okay, and you can make your reports as you wish. Okay, as you wish means you can customize the reports. Okay, depending upon your needs. Somebody having back office here, maybe headquartered in Europe or US also, they can have presence here in India. Our IT team is here, so we have those US reports also, GDPR also, SOX also. So you can customize your reports accordingly, not only for US or Europe. It can be any country. Okay, so depending upon your needs, you can prepare those reports. Okay, yeah, we can move to the next slide. So as I said, so we will be ingesting each and every device solutions. Okay, many of the legacy solutions, they will say only renowned OEMs we will take, or which are means in the market we will take. We are taking logs flows provided it can give. We can ingest all those things. We have our own R&D team. Okay, and as I said, so we have the threat intelligence bank with us, but it is not dependent. We have our algorithm, that is dynamic threat model engine. Okay, and everything is backed on AI and ML. Okay, those baselines created, changing baselines depending upon the usage of your network, and you can do so remediation both manually as well auto remediation, and everything is done on real time. And the good part is that we have this aiSIEM and aiXDR. Obviously, there are a couple of more modules. So continuous improvement goes on, and we do take feedback from customers. Okay, we rely more on it's good sayings from the customers rather than going more on advertising and all those stuffs. Okay, and compliance, as I told you, you can customize your compliance depending upon the needs, so you can customize your reports accordingly. Okay, right. This one shows that we are seeing a lot of solution providers. Even customers sometimes feels what needs to be taken. Are we doing means proper evaluation or not? Are we covering our all the landscape properly? People are coming and saying that you have the firewalls, you can have the EDRs, we are covering everything. Then somebody saying only SIEM and EDR, we are covering everything, right? There are a lot of concepts going on. Somebody saying we are XDR, but we are basically endpoints. We are monitoring endpoints. We are not connecting your AD, your NAC, or your firewall, your switches. In our case, we are connecting each and every solutions, as I said so firmly, provided they give logs and flows. We have those parsers connectors ready, most of them, but still we are seeing a lot of OEM in the market. So we continuous R&D goes on. If we see newer products, newer customers we are acquiring, so we are covering like SIEM, SOAR, UVBA. If you are planning for our EDR, we can add that also. VA also. We have the NBAD, and if you want to go ahead with NDR, you can go ahead with the NDR, NBAD, and our TI feeds basically. Okay, so we are covering each and every way. If you are going with our EDR, your means 360-degree approach is covered. So that's why we are telling it's like a XDR. If you are buying our EDR also, even it is remote, we are covering like XDR, extended detection response. Okay, next slide. Okay, so we are basically a software solution. Okay, so I will give a small idea of how our architecture looks like. Obviously, there can be we can have one-to-one discussion, as Mr. Sumit Jain told. So basic diagram is like that. You can multiple collectors if you are fragmented type of offices. If you have single data center, we can put a single collector. Depending upon the load, we can have multiple collectors accordingly. EP is the brain basically, where all those SIEM, SOAR, UEBA, NBAD, TI, IDS, IPS, ML, and AI reside basically. LTS is the storage box where you can store logs for 6 months or more as per certain guidelines. And if you want to move for redundancy, we are supporting redundancy in CCs. Similarly, we are putting we can do HA in the APE also. Similar thing can be done in the DCDR also. So we are supporting redundancy DCDR also. Okay. And if you are buying like EDR, there will be extra server required. If there is a NDR also required, then we can discuss one-to-one how we can do that, so that you can have more knowledge. So this is more of the, there can be multiple CCs can be put up, APE and LTS. By the way, I want to just give you an idea. It can be put up in the on-premise mode also. People or companies looking for an on-premise solution, we can do that. If you are looking for SaaS model, we have the SaaS model. You can put CCs collectors in your network. Basically, it will talk with our API in the data center. We have 3 data centers currently, one in US, one in Europe, and one in India. Okay, and LTS storage again can be put in your side, or you can put it in our side. If it is LTS storage is in our side, we will be charging extra commercial. Okay, so we are supporting on premise, even you can put it in the cloud also. Those things we are supporting. Okay, by the way, just to give you idea, just like we are ingesting devices in your net from your network, you can also add your cloud solutions also, like AWS, Azure, all those is also supported. Okay, for your if you have a hybrid type of environment. Okay, so I am on the closing phase of this particular webinar. So as I told you, AI and ML have developed a lot. Okay, uh, people at some point of time they thought that AI and ML will not do proper justice, but things have changed a lot. Solutions have been also evolved and developed a lot, taking suggestions from the customers, and we are also getting good traction from the market. I am happy to present our solution in this particular forum. If there are any questions, please let me know, and we are open for a one-to-one discussion. If you find this particular solution interesting, thinking of deploying it in your network, we'll be happy to help you out with customer references and detailed uh, uh, discussion. Okay, thank you. Over
Right,
to
Pujan.
Thank you, Mr. Jain, for giving us opportunity once more, and thank you who have joined in from their busy schedule. Thank you for that.
Right. Thank you, Pujan. So before moving on to question answer round, we have a last poll available with us. Abhishek, please go on for the last poll which we have. So last poll says, would you be interested in an AI-driven XDR solution that reduce security cost while enhancing the threat detection? So we have 4 options, very typical options like yes, maybe, no, or not sure. So you can work on poll for your views about the same. And this last slide give us our contacts. If you want to contact us for any kind of discussion, POC, demo, or any query you have, so you can connect with us. And meanwhile, I'm just stopping the share so that we can have a conversation. Please raise your hand. I will unmute you and you can ask your question directly to Poojan. He can answer your any technical query which you have. I know this is very short presentation and we just like uh, given you the basics of SIEM solution which is required for any corporate. If you have more detailed requirement, you can have one-to-one discussion with us. You can raise your hand. I will make you speak to Poojan for questions you might be having. Any questions? Like if you want to ask any question, please let us know. So I think there is no question from anybody else. So Poojan, I'll ask you the question, like as we uh, identify the requirement of SIM in our environment, so what are the parameters required to quantify the BOM for the licenses? It will be number of devices or some other methods will be taken care for the
Okay.
same?
Okay, so generally, we do share a scoping document. You need to fill up all your details, like what is the type of OEM for firewalls, okay, and quantities, numbers, okay. So we have both the ways, asset based and EPS based. Ultimately, from assets we do count EPS. It is not that EPS comes automatically. From the asset based, we get the idea of the EPS count. So somebody preferring EPS based, we can go ahead with that. If you are preferring asset based, that is also fine, okay. And we need to understand whether there is a requirement of DC or DR, okay, or you are feeling like that is one point. And the number of years of subscription, obviously, to give you a, whether it is a 3-year code, 1-year code, or 5-year code. Then you can have those detailed discussion whether you want to look for redundancy or not, okay. And your last option is obviously whether you are looking for an on-premise or SaaS model or not. On-premise, we are also there. SaaS also we are there, okay. So you need to, obviously, for private organizations, we would suggest it is better to go SaaS model, because sizable servers are required, that is the APE. And means ultimately your goal is for buying a SIEM tool, not the server, okay. So we will be or I generally suggest for a SaaS model for mainly private organization, unless there is a compliance that you have to have on-premise type of solution only, okay. And if you have like air gap network, those are also supported, okay. So we have number of government customers, we have air gap network, so those are also supported. So these are some of the points we need to discuss for making those BOQs accordingly. And the good
So
part is that,
sometime question arise like if they are already using XDR or EDR solution from some other vendor. So why do they go for solution SIM solution having XDR or EDR capability? Like what would be the scenario in that
yeah.
case?
So we do get to know that lot of EDRs are in the market who are also telling that we are also XDR type of thing, okay. But they are not covering your firewall switches, XYZ solution which you have in the network, okay, or in the cloud, right? You have some VPC, Azure. So what we are doing, if you have already an ADR, we will not encourage to buy our ADR, okay. We can wait for later point of time, whenever that gets on a renewal phase, you can think of ours, obviously, for a better manageability. So we will be positioning only our SIEM, okay, and we will be connecting all your devices solutions, uh, get your thinking how our SIEM performing basically, and later point of time you are thinking to replace your EDR, you can do that. Otherwise, the existing EDR, whatever maybe, it can be SentinelOne, CrowdStrike, McAfee, Trend Micro, all those EDRs, we can integrate that. It will generate an alert in our platform, but remediation is to be done from that particular platform which you are using, okay, because they don't allow bi-directional flows, okay. So that is the concern we do see. We do support SentinelOne, CrowdStrike to some extent, because they have some open APIs, so we have make those adjustments, but not to a full extent unless you buy our EDR, okay.
Okay, right. So I have another questions for you. Like if like you have mentioned, like your product is a AI based SIEM solution, right? And other products which are available in the same segment, they are relatively not marketing the product on AI based SIEM solution or XDR solution. So what is the difference in between the scenario which you cater, or the solution which you have or other people are providing in comparison?
See, many of the solutions, legacy SIEM solutions, I am taking, not naming them, but they are done mostly on rule based. Okay, so they have been working for probably last 20 years. So their setup haven't moved to AI and ML. You will see in the reports they are integrating lot of AI and ML driven type of solutions. Okay, in later point of time recently. Okay, to make it more means AI friendly or ML friendly solution. Okay, that
Mhm.
type of trends, if you go through the different type of reports, they are buying either this type of startup companies and they are integrating that. But if your base solution is different and you are integrating a third party or means whatever they have bought the new organization or new startup, that is obviously different rather than our solution, which is right from day one, means 10th year back. We have started as a AI and ML driven solution. Okay, and also we also face challenges. As I told, our popularity gained last 5 years, but previous to that, means 10 years back, people were not known to AI and ML, right? So much. So they had problems and issues thinking that whether AI and ML will do a more problem rather than doing a justice. Okay, but now people have understood that AI and ML is the future. We have to depend on the machines also. Okay, so that has evolved a lot. As I told you, from the market feedbacks, we have so many customers growing up, means skyrocketing basically in the last 3-4 years. Okay.
Okay, okay. So my last question would be, from the customer scenario, like what are the challenges in deploying and managing the SIM solution? Because as I understand, SIM solution is a 24 into 7 running solution. It requires dedicated team to handle the product. So what are the challenges generally people find when they deploy and they start to managing the SIM solution?
This is an excellent question. First of all, I want to say, uh, so SIEM tool, again 2-3 years, 4 years back, even I was part of. Before 5 years back, I was with a different organization. We used to see huge commercials first of all, and even bigger partners, bigger customers. They have a feeling that that SIEM is a, means it's a very complex type of solution, how it will be deployed and this and that. But things have moved now a lot more easier with this type of tool, Seceon as a or XYZ type of tool, because we have also competitors. So these type of tools that have come into the market right now is very easy to manage. First of all, we as a Seceon, we help our system integrators like Mr. Jan is also knows that we are there online as well as on site for bigger deployments. Okay, and we will be hand to hand with Mr. Jan and other team members to deploy the solution properly, do a proper audit. Okay, things to be checked, and then we do trainings at every quarter. Even there can be a training program particularly tailored for that particular customer, so that they can manage themselves plus adversant, or there are obviously there are other partners also who are managing on behalf of the customers 24 into 7. That is a concept called SOC, Security Operations Center. MSSP, Managed Security Service Provider, they are providing that service. Adversant is one of them, and we are continuously monitoring 24 into 7 through our partners. They are also trained. We do certification, just like we are doing certification for customers. We do training certification for our partners also, so that newer features that are being developed, that is being passed properly to customer, so that they can also get those proper updates accordingly. And this way there are portal access also, where they can learn more about our solution, they can understand, and they can use those particular features for their own benefits of their organization.
Okay. So I think I have asked so many questions. Maybe like our attendees has get the fair idea like why the SIM solution is required, why such kind of information is needed to manage the correct cybersecurity posture, and it really helps. Seceon is the one of the product which really helps to maintain the good cybersecurity posture for the customers having so many IT assets which are very critical to manage one by one. So deployment of such kind of a product is always on the cards for such customers. So I will ask people like if they want to discuss with you any question or any query which they have. So I will make them unmute and they can ask question to Poojan. So I think there is no questions as of now. So thank you, Poojan, for joining in
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this
Thank
particular
you.
information.
Thank
Right.
you,
So
everybody. Thank you, Mr. Jain, for giving me opportunity. I hope so. We can somebody will come for a one-to meeting. We will be happy to help them out.
definitely, definitely. Right,
Thank you.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Poojan. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye for now. We will be meeting next week for another product. Thank you.